Well, as you can see, I have a slight problem with the old mauvaise herb, and Henri's coming around to help me with his tractor. With his scraper, fantastic. Here's the first pass. It's so much easier with one of these. Honestly, I am lucky. Could anyone ask for better neighbours, eh? This is taking ages by hand. Well, we're all done. Look at that. Fantastic. Good man, Oi. It's so quiet, you can hear individual acorns dropping off the trees. I've got a bit of a problem with my sand pit. It's all overgrown, and right next to it, coming out of the big hole, there's a great bramble bush. And I'm not even looking at this building, it's just too depressing. The ivy's gone way, way, way above the chimney. Right, Barbara's in there waving somewhere. Right, today while the hunters are outside, I'm going to do a little bit of crepey work. I'm going to continue this along here. Won't get that far, of course. I can feel another filling in holes job coming on. Right, change of plan, back to plan A. I'm going to get off this black tar, which is really thickly caked on. If you look at this piece I did yesterday with a wire brush, you can see it's, if anything, it's made it worse. So I'm going to be using Pete's solution of a wire brush attached to an angle grinder. This is where you find how many cobwebs you have, because they show up with all the black soot settling on them. The problem with this is the black is so ingrained, all the brushing is just polishing it. I think I'm going to have to just stain the whole lot black, like an English pub. Look at the cobwebs under here. Well, I think I'm beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. These are all cleaned up. Filthy job. Well, it's been a day of filling, and as a reward I'm going to let myself paint this end wall with a first coat. So here we are, Wednesday. I've had to do a little bit more filling, but it's beginning to look quite good really. And downstairs, where I rubbed the black beams down, we had an awful lot of muck coming off, and vacuuming it wasn't enough, so I've had to go over the whole lot with a wet sponge. Well, I'm not sure it looks any different, but the first layer of paint has sealed it all, so when I come back this afternoon with my rollers I can whack on another layer very quickly. So this is today's purchase. Chêne rustique, that's a rustic oak. And I'm going to start with these beams at this end of the building. Well, before it gets any darker, I'll just show you what I've done. The bit at the top is going to be covered by plasterboard, so it seems pointless wasting any muck on it. Well, it's my last day here today. Tomorrow we're leaving at 4 in the morning. So I've been trying to patch up some of the dents and sticky out bits with a bit of enduit pour joint. Done a little bit of painting downstairs. And it's the same here, filling in bits that showed up after I'd painted it. I'll probably know better next time. And part of the back wall is done. And today I had a visitation from the driver who drove his whacking great big excavator up here a couple of years ago. As you can see behind this oak tree, there's the remains of a pile of sand and a hole. And this is the hole. It's full of brambles. So that nice man with the excavator is going to fill in that hole with that sand, trim back the brambles here, dig them out, and get rid of all these brambles around the back, which are an absolute pain. And Henri says he's going to pile them all up here and have a bonfire in the winter. Other than that, outside is looking pretty good. Henri's kept it in good order. It's looking very nice and green. But he thinks I need a little ditch dug along here, a little fossé, which will come all the way around. back to here. I really wanted to reconstruct this oven here, but it's just such a mess, so much work. Now, what I'm doing now is trying to save some of this sand so I don't need any more deliveries. And underneath this excavation from the garden is just pure sand. So I'm shoveling some of that into a barrow and taking it over to the house.